As you can see, I need a haircut. So with the potential of another lockdown looming, I've decided that this month I'm going to cut my own hair. In case you plan to use this video as a tutorial, I've split it into sections so you can jump back and forth as you work through each one. Although I'm not yet sure how this is going to go, so you may want to wait until the end before you decide whether or not to follow my advice. Before you get started, you'll need the following equipment: a hair clipper and grading attachments. The most commonly used ones are numbers 1 to 5. Sharp scissors, a comb, a handheld mirror, a large mirror, and if you don't want to get the hair on your t-shirt, a cape. I look like Dracula in this. Quite fitting seeing as it's Halloween this weekend. I'll put links to all the items I used in the description below this video. Right, first I'm going to wet my hair. If you don't have one of these things, you can just use the tap. Now I'm going to comb my hair to make sure that it's out the way of the sides whilst I'm clipping it. The aim here is to get a nice clear hairline between the top and the sides, so that you know where you're shaving and where you're cutting. I'm going to start by shaving the sides and the back of my head. What grades you use is down to your own personal preference. I'm going to fade from a 2 to a 4. I don't go any shorter than a 2 because my ginger hair is very light and thin. I'm going to do the bottom first, and then I'm going to work from the top down to fade it in. An additional thing I've just noticed, I'm still wearing my glasses, which means that I need to put contact lenses in before I'm going to be able to do any of this. So I'm starting with a 2, and I'm going to do the sides first. I have these very handy left and right ear taper attachments, which allow you to do the fading around the ear much easier. So if you have these, use these. If not, don't worry about it, because you can use the same technique on the side as we're going to do on the back. Perfect. This is so confusing. So I think I need to go quite a bit higher, don't I? Or do it like that, I don't know. Do you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to do it the normal way that I've watched other people do it. Let's put the 2 on. When you've got a normal attachment like this, then the technique apparently is to go up and out, like so. We're going to have a rough kind of line that follows the shape of our heads. So I'm going to start with the sides and then I'll move on to the back. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the back. No idea if that looks any good or not. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. Right, now I'm going to swap over to the other side, which I presume means I need to change my hands. Oh, this is confusing. What do we think? It's not very straight. Let's swap to doing the top now and see if that makes it look any better. Got the number 4 on. Let's give this a go. So now we're going to do the top. I need eyes in the side of my head to do this. Now I'm going to do the back. Sides. Don't do what I just did. I forgot to comb my hair back the other way, which means that I think I just shaved some of my fringe off. We might just have got away with that. This is much harder to do with your left hand. This is harder than it looks. When I've watched other people online do it, they make it look really easy. One piece of advice that I would give right now: get a smaller, lighter handheld mirror, because holding this up and not shaking is crucially important. I think it looks sort of all right from the front. Right, I've got a bit of tuft there. Okay, I might have to go a bit higher later, but I'm reasonably happy with that so far. Oh. Blade just came off. Oh no, I didn't even know that was possible. Look at that. Just clips back on, thank God for that. Wouldn't want to be stuck like this. Next up, I'm going to use a 3 to fade around the middle of my hair. This bit in theory should be much easier, but it won't be as severe whenever I make a mistake. Right, what do we think? Now that I think I've done the back and the sides, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is to remove the grading adjustment and trim around the ears and the back of the neck. Most people recommend that you get someone else to do this because it's very easy to slip and end up with a bald patch on a part of your head. But this is a video about cutting your own hair, and that would be cheating. So I'm going to give it a go doing it myself. Here goes. So I'm going to start with the sides, take the sideburns up a bit, and then I'm going to do round my ear. Now for the tricky part. hard to tell if I've done anything there, but now onto the back. That was tricky. It's like I'm having to retrain my brain each time I change sides as to what way is what. It's so confusing. Clippers down, now onto the scissors. My hair is dried out, so I'm gonna wet it again. At this point, you need to consider things that are unique to your head, face, and hair. For example, I've got quite a large forehead, as I've been told many times, and so I like to keep my fringe relatively long so I can at least hide part of it. Additionally, I get this weird cowlicky thing on the back of my hair, so I want to leave it longer on top. I can't even work out how to hold these. Yeah, that way around. Right, okay, so little thing goes on your pinky. Now I'm guessing that less is more here. I can always go over it again. I can't glue hair back on if I cock it up. I'm going to work from front to the back in sections. I'm going to cut roughly the same amount off all the way along. Nervous. Worst bit to get wrong is your fringe. The bit that everybody sees first. And I've had some pretty horrible fringes in the past. No, come on, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I can't work out how to use my left hand to hold the hair up. That's what I'm going to do. Grab the hair lower and then slide up. Right, I'm going to take about that much off. Oh my goodness, I can't even work out where the hair is. Oh, it's like an optical illusion. No, I can't look at it, that's not going to work. It's ridiculous. So I'm going over like that. Mind, muscle, body connection of some kind. I've done it. It doesn't look horrible. Right, next bit. I feel like I'm going to cut a finger off. It's hard to work out where I've already cut and where I haven't. This is what the hairdressers do. They do this and then they cut it. Next stage, so presumably that's what? Here? Ah, so we can see where I've already cut. Oh, I'm starting to get cramp in my hand. I'm finding it difficult as I go further back to actually get the angle of the scissors right. Why is this suddenly so difficult? Now I'm gonna have to dry it to get a proper look, but what does this look like? So I think I need to come up higher. So now what I'm doing is I'm combing up and forwards to try and get that back a bit. And then I'm going really wide with the scissors. If I keep moving, eventually I'll get the hair. Okay, let's stick the four back on and do this last bit. Okay, so I think I'm done. I'm absolutely covered in hair, so I'm gonna jump in the shower, dry my hair off, style it, and we'll see what the result is. Ta-da! What do we think? It's not perfect, but I tend to rough my hair up anyway, so it's not really noticeable. Now to get the all-important girlfriend seal of approval.
That's good!
Yeah?
I'm shocked, yeah, it's good.
Yeah?
Let's turn around, give me a twirl. You did that.
I did that all by myself. You impressed?
Very impressed.
Yes! Passed the girlfriend test. Based on that pretty positive response, it looks like I'm going to be cutting my own hair in future. In case you're feeling confident enough to try this yourself at home, here's a quick summary of the steps that I went through. First, wet your hair, then comb it into two sections. Next, shave the back and the sides using the clipper and grading attachments. Remove the attachment and trim around your ears and the back of your neck. Then trim the fringe and the top of your head. Finally, shower, dry and style your hair. You can use the timestamps below to skip back to the relevant sections. If you like this, then you may want to check out some of my other videos. My aim is to create a community where people around the world can show off what they've learned. Hopefully this will prove to more and more people that the impossible is often actually possible. If you're interested, then maybe consider hitting that subscribe button below. I've just discovered that these scissors that I used to cut my hair are actually the scissors that my mum uses to cut dear old Luna's bum hair. Isn't that right, Luna?